guys. Now, before I start anything, what I like to do is prepare my throat. Now, I'm known as quite a talker, and one of the brands that have really been helping me out, Ricola, a little bit of lemon mint Ricola. Also behind us, a Stanley thermos. Shout out Amazon, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So great of a thermos that I've actually been giving myself in the evening the opportunity to fill up the thermos. So in the morning, I immediately have hot tea. Immediately, right? Now, I'm not a coffee drinker, so we've got some Big and Low, Lemon Lift, black tea, and I know I'm probably getting cancer from it, but stevia, or a Kroger brand of some artificial cancer causing sweetness. I have tried the black tea lemon lift without sweetener. I just can't do it. I'm a big water guy, wouldn't let pop in my house, but when it comes to tea, I'm a lemon lift guy. And as you can see, the heat is evident. Not sure how evident, but I had almost a catastrophic event last week. I was brought enough to not only place my tea, my open teacup, on my laptop, but I also decided to knock it over. Now, knock on wood, nothing has come up yet on the laptop, but you will be the judge. Something else that I'm dealing with, Monster Energy was so gracious to suggest the Behringer X18 mixer. Now, excuse me, little cricket hair here. But the X Air 18 by Behringer. Now, on the surface, having a virtually mixed mixer really provides a lot of access as far as mixing goes from a virtual sense. Now, I'm lucky enough to have downloaded the X Air system called X Air Edit. Now, typically booting this up, going through Ethernet, really hasn't given me much trouble, but this morning I woke up with a question mark. And what did it tell me? That the version of the X Air, I needed to contact the manufacturer to ask them about providing an update. Now, I've gone to the website, checked out all the software that I possibly could, and I've downloaded what I can, but none of it seems to be working. And luckily, Behringer in itself still has the mix, and my mic is coming out on my end. The guest that I just recently set up for this morning couldn't hear me, so I don't know if that's a Behringer thing or most likely the guest's output, but this is just a little bit about the behind the scenes that I'm dealing with right now. Breaking through that fourth wall a little bit, waiting for the guest to return. Talk a little bit about the guest that I have today. I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself, but it definitely is going to be a great one. Uh, with having a background as a painter, which actually was spoons, coming from Vancouver, I believe, in Canada. And I don't want to say, yeah, Ferg's Art, Grant Ferguson. And there's, a bunch of cool stuff on his IG that I could possibly put up. Wow. And I think he had a lot of things archived that I'm now seeing that I hadn't seen before. Wow, that's pretty graphic. Wow. British Columbia, BC, original spoon painter, commission artist, varied mediums, 89 Ferg's art. So definitely check him out. He will be coming on the podcast momentarily, so we will be live. So if you do like this behind the scenes stuff, definitely know me. Excuse me. Ugh. If you like the behind the scenes content, please let me know down in the comments below. And if you have been enjoying all the podcasts, if you were one of the thousand, I would consider you guys to be true fans that uh, going beyond 1,000, entering into this has been a great honor for me. Coming from 2015, putting everything that I had into YouTube, spending the last 4 years sacrificing and earning the goodwill of the city, and now becoming independent. So, looking at the future vision, not only of myself, but also of my studio. So, I want to give a big shout out to a lot of the producers that I have been lucky enough because the current settings that you see on my computer right now that makes me look this good is directly associated with Cody Kirschner. And I just want to thank Cody for being a big help to the organization from a creative direction standpoint. And I hope that we can get you back in the studio. And you know what? We're under construction, so I appreciate your patience, as well as new entrants to the studio, such as Trace. So certainly stay tuned from everything from Trace. Um, I would love to have him on the podcast. I don't know why I haven't had him on the podcast yet to really go into great detail about his different feature films and as well as shorts that he has directed himself. Very, very compelling stuff. And I think this studio will be greater and will benefit. And I think that whether or not you're Cody or Trace or a music producer, that we want everybody to make money. That it's not so much about it's being independent together, right? That sure, if we make something here and we develop it, there's obviously going to be some sort of joint venture agreement, right? But at the same time, if we're able to take that and instead of having 10 different videographers have $10,000 worth of gear, we take 10 videographers and get or rent $100,000 worth of gear, right? That's going to put us on a lot more different playing field. Now, I know that as far as the split sheets are concerned, the copyright, the exclusivity, those are definitely a concern and things that we will approach as we get deeper into this once we actually start talking about paperwork, which I'm not going to do live here, but I think it's important because this is an IRL stream. This isn't me being fake with the scripts in here. I'm just kind of stream of consciousness, thinking out loud. Um, a significant amount of creators don't talk about the process. And that's what I'm trying to show you here. And that I am going to make mistakes, but I'm at least going to admit when I'm wrong. And I'm going to teach you 1,000 ways how not to do something. So you can learn from my own mistakes that if you don't have the greatest of environments, and I'm not saying that, by any means am I a better environment, but that if you can put people around you that will at the very least admit that they're wrong and try to I don't want to say logically approach it, but because that's tough, but objectively approach their problems. That I think a lot of people take what trauma or what difficulties that they may have had in the past with other people and try to apply it to future relationships. And I'm not saying that in all cases you won't ultimately be proven right. But if you know that ahead of time, go into the opportunity presuming it's failure, right? Rather than being surprised by it. So then it can kind of play itself out rather than you ultimately having to just disregard the opportunity, you know? So I think that being able to use the system for your benefit, and that if you are an artist yourself, you're only going to be as big as your platform. And I think that whether or not you're a music producer or someone as an individual, you have to be a team player. And that if you are going to build that platform, you're going to have team members. And what's the great benefit of having team members? Cross promotion, cross production, trading, you know, all these things that a corporation does. And that at the end of the day, if you can't beat them, join them. And that a corporation is just a group of people that are all benefiting from each other's actions mutually, right? And that's really all we've got to create. We've just got to create an independent organization of independently thinking individuals that think independently but function as a well oiled machine. Because what are you going to do? I'm a jack of all trades, right? But a master in none. I'm freaking out. I have no clue where this app went, and I don't really know what to do. That I had this previous show with Monster. They had suggested that I set up the X Air, which sounds great. Shout out Ben for mixing it fantastically, and you're hearing the mix now, right? It sounds great, but when certain things are out of my hands, what am I really supposed to do? I'm not the expert, right? That I'm a family owned commercial real estate tour, and I'm just trying to fill this building with something that is relevant in the 21st and into the 22nd century, right? What are we doing now? What is the purpose of what we're doing now? So I'm gonna follow up with the guest here, see how he's doing. Um, Drink a little bit of tea. But I wish I had some commenters right now. I wish I had some folks that would be in the mood to comment so I could actually see what anybody would like me to talk about. Donnie, nice. Let's see if I can add him to broadcast. All right, we're add him in. Let's see what we can do here. 'Cause I think was it Go Metro that hooked me up with Donnie? Um, let's see. I don't know. Click to view, remove from broadcast. Okay. Yep. So having computer issues. Yeah, guys. I mean, that's the biggest challenge because right now I'm thinking about developing a business masterclass for media or media masterclass. And the hardest part is not purchasing the equipment, it's the maintenance, right? It's that morning that you have a very important interview and you look on the side of your computer and there's a question mark of a dead app that you need to produce. And luckily, Behringer, as far as I know, I sound pretty good. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump on YouTube just to confirm how I sound here. Um, but all right, Donnie, I'm gonna go ahead and send you a link to just jump right on, man. Um, Okay, so Donnie, you are up. You ready, dude? I'm gonna send you an Instagram DM, bro. All right, Donnie. God damn it, Donnie. Donnie. Okay. All right. Bam. Come on, sir. All right, dude. I sent you the IG link. Let me know if you need any help. And then once you get on, we're gonna cancel what I just shot, and we'll be Gucci. Ricola, Ricola, Ricola. All right, sir. Get on here, boy. Come on, sir. This is just how I gotta start doing it. Ricola. All right, guys. We are waiting on Donnie to come in. That I told him that it may take me a few months, but I would eventually get around to it. He may need to send this to his laptop, but we will see here. Donnie's joining. We're gonna bring him onto the left side of the screen. What's up, sir? Can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on,
All
bro?
right, bruh.
I can
All
hear
right,
you.
so I'm gonna finish what I was doing, and then I'm